a quiz this morning, and thanks for having me on. So the FDA has logged many, many chemicals that are found in your foods. Do you know how many they've logged?
I can't even imagine.
Well, we're up to 3,000 plus food additives in foods. And there's actually a list, and it's called Everything Added to Foods in the United States, and you can access that online.
Wow,
I know.
3,000. What are we
3,000.
talking about? These things can range anything from coloration to preservatives.
That's exactly right. Food additives are put in place to help enhance flavor, color, to preserve food so that it can travel long distances, and certainly to change the texture. So there's lots of reasons for those different chemicals in food additives, and we need to be mindful of what they might be. About 90% of the foods that Americans, or actually let me change that up. We are consuming more than 90% of the recommended daily allowance of sodium, and most of that is found in the additives in the food. So we've got to be really careful, and that comes in the form of, do you know what kind of chemical? Sodium and nitrates, and we've heard of about that recently on the news.
Sodium nitrates.
Yes, so we have to be careful, and that's found oftentimes in lunch meats and bologna and sausages and processed meats.
And that's where we're consuming too much.
We're consuming way too much, and we know that that increases your risk of hypertension and diabetes and heart disease and cancer sometimes.
So look out for the nitrates and sodium. Okay.
You got it. Some food additives are carcinogenic. Is that true or false?
That means cancer-causing.
Yes.
I'm going to say true.
That is absolutely true. We know that some of these food additives have been linked to tumors of the kidney, of the thyroid, of the liver.
How did these things stay in products then?
Well, the FDA has this list, as I mentioned to you, everything added to foods in the United States, and they've done some testing, and somehow, some way, it's made it through the testing. So you and I, we have to be advocates for ourselves. We have to really get to know our labels. We have to make sure that we understand the chemicals that are in our foods. And some of those chemicals, I thought we might go over.
Okay, let's quickly go through that list.
Okay, so these are just some common out of the 3,000 plus. Caramel coloring.
Caramel coloring.
Caramel coloring sounds completely benign and not concerning, but caramel coloring used to be made by heating sugar. Okay, just like caramel, and that's no big deal. And you find that in colas, and you find that in breads and things like that. But now that we've removed sugar and we've replaced it with high fructose corn syrup, you cannot heat that high fructose corn syrup to make it the caramel color. Ooh. So instead, what they're using is ammonia, and you know what we hear about when we're cleaning with ammonia. You don't want to consume it.
That's a product that would be bad for us.
That's right. And this has been linked to certain cancers, especially in animal research.
Well, we know we have another list going ahead here with the common food additives, but we're not going to have time to go through all of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to list these on our website, and people can find more information about food additives, what to look for and try to avoid.
Absolutely.
When we're cooking and shopping for our families.
Right.
Connie, thank you. It's always good to see you.
It's good to see
Bryan,
you.
OnSite Health Solutions, and we'll have ways that you can contact Connie on our website as well. Thank you, Connie.